Welcome to the second advising video that will provide information on available resources and experiences of the math education programs prior to Phase 1 at the University of Northern Colorado. As discussed in the previous advising video, the Praxis Test is an assessment that everyone in a math education program needs to pass at some point. There is study material available for students to borrow at the Mathematics Department's main office. The Mathematics Department is located on the south side of Ross Hall on the second floor in room 2239. The department also has sample four-year plans, and the staff can either answer any questions relating to the program and its requirements, or they can provide guidance to where the answer resides. The Math Study Center offers free drop-in learning assistance to students enrolled in math classes at UNC. Additional information can be found at the link in the description below. If you're looking for additional tutoring, consider tutorial services. The Math Lounge is a physical and virtual location where students can hang out, meet up, do homework, and play some games in between classes. In the fall of 2020, it is just a virtual location on Discord, and the link is in the description. The mathematics education programs have 4 phases that correspond with a placement for each. A phase of a program usually lasts as long as a semester. Phase 1 usually begins during a student's second year. However, some students start Phase 1 during their third year. Prior to Phase 1, students typically take multiple liberal arts core classes and general math classes each semester, with one computer science course usually during their first semester. Often, students start taking education courses during Phase 1. It is important to note that students should check the prerequisites for each course when creating their 4-year plan, as some build off of each other. For example, Calc 1 needs to be taken prior to Calc 2, and the students must have gotten a minimum grade of a C in Calc 1. I am in the Math Secondary Education program, and prior to starting Phase 1, I was in many classes with many people, all from different majors and emphases. I also did not entirely feel like an educator yet, as I had not been exposed to any classes to develop this identity. All of that changed when I began Phase 1. Suddenly, in most of my classes, there were only or mostly just my peers in the program, or similar education programs. And many of the classes I took involved some aspect of teaching us to be teachers. For me, the semesters prior to Phase 1 was figuring out college, which was extremely helpful to do before beginning my placements. To find out more about the programs or to ask any questions you may have, contact this year's peer mentors, whose goal is to support students through their journey in the math education programs. They do this by holding mentoring hours, where students can go to their office and ask questions pertaining to the math education program or study for the Praxis Test. Some additional resources are Dr. Reiten, Dr. Powers, a student's advisor, peers in the program, and group advising meetings that take place in the fall and the spring.